Hi guys, what's the story? Welcome back to another video. My name's Jack and I've been traveling around the world with my laptop since 2020 because of these markets. Now, the purpose of this channel is to get you to the level of freedom where you can do what you want. Does that sound good? I hope so. If it does, hit subscribe and turn the notifications on. These crypto markets are extremely fast, so turn the notifications on so you never miss another video. So I was just doing some analysis on Bitcoin when I thought of making this video. So I've just finished my analysis and I want to give you my thoughts on it. So right now I've had this lovely push up with Bitcoin up to just over 50k. We're waiting now for confirmation, but I want to show you that we're currently coming into some massive resistance here, right? So I have found this channel that Bitcoin has pretty much been following for the last for a decade basically. So it's a pretty major line. You see, we tapped it here in 2015. We tapped it again. We found the bottom in the COVID bottom. It was here. We eventually lost it here in 2022. We've tested it again in 2023 and rejected, and now here we are retesting it one last time, and that is coming in at around 52 to 55k. Now, if we see a break above that channel, in my opinion, that's it. Bitcoin will be off to the moon, hopefully. But I do see this, if this is a major move, something that happens over decades, is something to pay attention to. If Bitcoin breaks above this channel, I will be incredibly bullish, incredibly bullish. So, and that's one thing. The next thing I want to talk to you about is we've got our, just to sort of zoom out a little bit, on our 2 week time frame. This is our bull market indicator. Whenever this is in our top zone here, pretty much that means bull market. I'll just zoom out to the logarithmic so you can see here. So anytime we see our bull market indicator in this sort of top area, it means bull market. We are currently there. In 2020, you see, we hit it here in 2020, and that was the start of the fantastic bull run. Again, you hit it here in 2016. This one was sort of a false signal a little bit, but you can see generally when you're up here, you're in a bull market. And we are indeed at this point right now. So I do believe that we are in a bull market for Bitcoin, and that we are going to see a lot higher prices. Now, what else do I have for you? We are also, if you zoom in to the weekly time frame, another check that we are above the bull market support band, as Benjamin Cohen likes to refer to it, which is good. That's what we want to see. We've almost retested it there, but not quite. But I think it's enough, to be honest. Seeing these, can't see that with this weekly close that we've seen, this bullish long wick candle and this weekly close right up there at the previous pivot point, and we're continuing to push on. In my opinion, if we see some 2 daily candle closes, or even better, a weekly candle close above this last local high, which was at 49k, I believe there's pretty much nothing stopping us from moving up to this 56k range. Because not just is that is also the 10-year resistance channel I was explaining to you about. It is also the 786 Fibonacci level, there or thereabouts. You've also got confluence here with these weekly pivot points here. So in my opinion, 56k is the next point. There's a little bit here at around 52k, but I think more 56k is the level that I'm targeting. Now, in terms of bearish signals, I'm going to be honest here. From what I'm looking at, I don't see a lot here on the bearish side. There is a couple of things I could say. If I zoom to the 6-hour time frame, now this is much shorter time frame, so don't take this to the bank. We are pretty overextended from our EMA bands here. That's the EMA 21 and the EMA 34. We are now how much above it? We are currently almost 10% above that right now. So you've also, if I just bring up our RSI here, we've got a slight bearish divergence on the RSI. But to be honest, I don't know. I don't see any real sell signal here. I am more naturally a bear, but I don't see any bearish signals right now, except for the fact that we are overextended from this EMA. So what you could potentially see here is a little bit of a pause, maybe some chopping sideways, waiting for these EMAs to catch up. Now, it is only the 6-hour time frame, so it shouldn't take long. But yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if we see a pause or a little bit of chop over the next few days while we wait for these EMA bands to catch up. Another thing that I was thinking about, and this is the only sort of bearish thing that I could think of, is that you've got the halving coming up on the 19th of April. Now, obviously, don't call me crazy. I know the halving is a bullish thing long term for Bitcoin, but what we've actually seen in the past not every time, but some of the times where the halving has occurred, we've seen drops either just before it or just after it. So you see here in 2020, I mean, maybe you want to call that a black swan event, but even after the halving, directly after it, immediately, we saw a 15, 13% drop. So it's not a lot, but it's something to be aware of. In the cycle before that, just before the halving, we saw a 35% drop. Now, will that happen this time? I don't know, but it's just something to pay attention to, because a lot of these events, especially like, for example, the ETF, that's, you call it buy the rumor, sell the news. When you see one of these big events that everyone knows that is coming, quite often it's a strong sell signal. So it's not something, you wouldn't take this to the bank. I definitely wouldn't, but it's something to be aware of. If I do start to see some bearish signals flash up closer to this date, I would think about taking some profits to protect myself. But for the moment, the way I read the markets, I believe Bitcoin is now clear to 56K. So what do you think about the recent Bitcoin price action? Let me know in the comments below. And please do leave a subscribe if you got some value from this video. Leave a like, leave a comment. I am a small channel. It really, really makes a difference when it just helps the algorithm find me, you know. But yeah, hope you got some value from that video today, and I will see you in the next one.